The first message here is a chance encounter. There's an intense, deeply emotional energy coming through with this. I'm sensing a connection that has been at a distance for a while, and whether you realize it or not, this masculine energy is struggling to cope with this separation. This may be hard to believe, divine feminine, because the masculine energy coming through is someone who is very cerebral. To even reach them on an emotional level, you have to first connect with their mind. This person is sharp, logical, and presents themselves as firm and composed on the outside. However, something significant is happening internally, something you really need to know. I'm hearing the word rare very clearly. This points to a connection that feels almost preordained, something that both of you have sensed since it first manifested into the physical. For some reason, this is what your person is focusing on right now. It's as if they want to recreate the experience, not necessarily the time or space, but rather the energy behind the alignment itself. If you've been wondering how your masculine currently feels about you, they are indeed manifesting you, and they're doing it with a careful precision. This person is very detail-oriented in particular. They notice details that you may often overlook or feel are insignificant. They are especially attuned to the energetic aspects of this connection. Although they are deeply invested in this, they understand that they're not fully in control of the process, which adds complexity to their emotional experience. They're allowing the universe to handle the details of this chance encounter, yet they are actively manifesting you. The energy suggests that your person hasn't been coping well with this physical separation. There's something they really need to say to you, something that feels long overdue. They may also feel that they can't achieve this reunion alone, and they're leaning on the universe for support. This connection seems rare, or perhaps the conditions under which you first met were unusually auspicious or even fated. The energy repeatedly returns to the place of origin or the initial essence of your meeting. This may be important to where you both are on this journey now. There's also a sense of unexpectedness, a possibility that your person wants to catch you off guard with this chance encounter. This surprise could serve as a form of confirmation, either for them or perhaps for both of you, validating the rarity and significance of this connection. The next message we have here is nothing makes sense. This may sound a bit extreme, divine feminine, but you have profoundly entered this masculine spirit. Right now, their mental state is intensely focused on you. You're in their mind far more than you realize. They've reached a point where they're almost creating stories about your life, forming mental pictures based on the information they have about you. This masculine energy is deeply invested in these thoughts, almost to the extent that they believe them to be true, though they don't have all the facts. Given the distance, they're left with little choice but to make assumptions, and it seems they may be assuming the worst. What stands out here is that this person wishes you knew how connected they feel to you. This is not an out of sight, out of mind situation. They have remained connected to you, and it feels as though they are attempting to connect telepathically. They're pulling on you energetically, especially through the upper chakras, receiving information about you in dreams, through signs and synchronicities, subtle nudges from the universe, and a deep inner knowing. They're using these glimpses to create stories about where you are in your journey. Their mind seems constantly drawn to you, to the point that they may need to consciously pull themselves out of these thoughts. When it comes to you, their mind can wander into great detail, thinking about your personal journey, love life, work, and essentially every aspect of your life. They're trying to fill in the blank spaces because they feel so out of touch with you. It's as if, mentally, things are scattered for them because they can no longer tell what's true and what's divinely guided. They don't know what is coming from a higher source and what is merely assumption. This might be why they are manifesting a meeting with you, perhaps to confirm or clarify what they've been feeling. There might be some underlying fear at play here as well, leading them to assume the worst, depending on where you both left off in your journey. The last message here is mixed signals. Divine feminine, this masculine energy in your field feels very confusing. It's clear that there's a significant difference between what they feel and what they express. If you've been wondering why they send mixed signals, there's a compelling reason behind it. There are two versions of them that you're connected to, and as their divine counterpart, you're directly linked to both. There's the 3D self, which is their physical being, and then there's the spiritual self, the 5D aspect of their being. This connection seems to have begun in the 5D long before it manifested in the physical world. So, naturally, when they pull away in the physical realm, it feels as if they get closer to you in the 5D. Recently, their higher self has been drawing very close to you, and this often happens in the twin flame dynamic when one is dealing with something challenging in the physical world. There may be a blockage or barrier that prevents them from communicating openly, which is why you may feel some heaviness in their energy. The way you experience them varies depending on which version you're connecting with, the 3D or the 5D self. Their 3D self sometimes operates from a place of fear, which can make their energy feel anxious or even put you on edge. In contrast, their higher self communicates from the heart space, radiating pure bliss that feels calm, reassuring, and comforting. This type of bond requires time to develop and grow spiritually. What's also interesting is that this masculine energy often taps into your energy. Since you're intuitive, you can almost feel their presence. You can sense when they're about to pull close or when they're pulling back, and this can be frustrating. When they are open and honest, the connection flows effortlessly, but when they close off, it can leave you feeling uneasy. If they were fully aware, they might not realize they're sending these mixed signals. However, you have a higher awareness of their emotional state because of your access to their heart space. You receive the raw emotion, good, bad, or indifferent. On a subconscious level, they may not even know this is happening. This connection seems to be caught in a kind of tug-of-war between their higher and lower selves, creating a blend of energies that reflect both the intense closeness and the push-pull dynamic that comes with deep spiritual connections. Chance encounter, the masculine energy feels a rare and preordained bond with the divine feminine, despite a prolonged separation. While they deeply wish to reconnect, they are struggling with the emotional complexity of manifesting this reunion. Their desire to recreate the connection's original energy highlights their longing, and they rely on the universe to bridge the gap. Nothing makes sense. The divine feminine occupies the masculine's thoughts to an overwhelming degree. With limited information about her, he fills in the blanks with assumptions, often fearing the worst. Despite physical separation, he remains energetically connected to her, receiving insights through dreams and signs. This mental strain, combined with underlying fears, drives him to seek clarity, even if unconsciously. Mixed signals, the divine feminine experiences the masculine's conflicting energies as mixed signals due to the push and pull between his 3D, physical, and 5D, spiritual, selves. His 3D self, often ruled by fear, projects anxiety, while his higher self radiates calm and reassurance. This creates confusion as she can sense his energy fluctuating. His subconscious is unaware of the extent to which he's sending these signals, creating an emotional tug-of-war that reflects his inner struggle between fear and desire. In essence, this connection involves both parties navigating complex, mirrored energies that intertwine love, fear, and the search for deeper spiritual alignment. If you don't forget, then write in the comments about how your day went. I will definitely read it. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe channel.